Hey folks, I'm Pastor Socheat, and welcome back to Beyond Sunday. This year, in this season of Beyond Sunday, we are hearing acts of God's stories. And today we get to hear about Big Jesus. I won't say anything more. Check it out. Welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here and sitting with us on Beyond Sunday. It's encouraging to hear your story, and I know it's going to bless the people. Let the people know who you are a little bit, and you can dive right in.
Okay. Well, my name is Cheryl Like, and I've been part of Hosanna for about 20 years, my husband and myself. And I love it here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our church home. And
Yeah,
it's good.
good. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I live in Lakeville.
Yeah.
Attend the Lakeville campus. Yeah, mostly the Lakeville campus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Tell us about your story.
well, my story is it started a long time ago. And in about 1970 is when my story started. And it involves my baby brother. There's 10 years between myself and my brother, and no kids in between us either. So, and he was a very busy little boy. We lived in Minneapolis, in South Minneapolis, about 4 blocks from Minnehaha Creek. And we had a dog named Candy. And in those days, people let their dogs run the neighborhood. It is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And on this particular morning, I was about 14 and he was 4. I was in school, and he followed the dog out of our yard.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what he said. Well, this is what happened. An elderly couple who lived by Minnehaha Creek found him, and he was wet and dripping, and he said these words: "I fell in the creek, and Big Jesus pulled me out."
Mm-hmm.
Now, we didn't grow up in a religious home. We didn't grow up in a church-attending home. So this was very unusual for him to talk about Jesus and say that about Jesus. But Big Jesus pulled him out. He also remembers seeing a very, very bright light. And he said it wasn't a light that hurt. It wasn't harmful or hurtful, and it wasn't scary, but there was the brightest light he'd ever seen or could imagine. And so Big Jesus pulled him out of the creek. So we go on with our lives, and the years go by and the years pass. And then he fell into a different type of a creek.
Mm-hmm.
He was in his late 40s, and he fell into a coma. And it was really serious, and it was really scary, and he had been in this coma for about 3 weeks. And they decided that the next day, the following day, they were going to send him to like a medical warehouse where they treat people that are in comas, care for his needs. It was a very, very heavy time, and I know I had started to grieve the loss of my brother. And I went to visit him in the ICU at Fairview Ridges here in Burnsville. And I said to him, "Big Jesus is going to pull you out of this." And the next day, or the day before they we're going to send him to the medical facility, I got a phone call, and he was waking up. He was waking from the coma. And it was like just a huge weight was lifted. He said that he remembered when he was in the coma hearing me say, "Big Jesus was going to pull you out." And the whole coma is very mysterious, and how that all works, I don't understand. I don't think medically they understand.
All right.
So my husband and I went to see him that evening. And I just could not stop kissing his face, kissing him and hugging him. And I said, "Big Jesus pulled you out again."
Amen.
He did it again. And he said that's his favorite memory of waking up, was when I was there. And joy that he was going to survive. When he was first waking up also, he said to his wife, "Why am I in this hospital bed? And why am I tethered?" And she said, as soon as she heard him say, "Why am I tethered?" she knew that his brain would be okay.
Yeah.
And it was. And he actually was a second grade teacher here in Lakeville for many years. And he did go back to teaching once he recovered from his coma. So that is my story of Big Jesus. And I've learned that when I'm in despair, when I'm struggling, Big Jesus pulls me out. And I might be wet and cold and afraid a little bit of what happened and what's going on and fearful, but Big Jesus pulls us out of those things. And I don't know why miracles happen to some people and not other people, and why some prayers are answered and some are not. But I like the theory of the kingdom of heaven is here, but not yet. So every once in a while, the kingdom of heaven comes in its fullness, and there are those miracles of Big Jesus.
That's so good.
So I appreciate you letting me share today.
I appreciate you sitting
Thank
with
you.
me. You had me all in there. It's just,
Thank you.
it's really encouraging, and what a powerful story of God showing up.
Yep.
When he was a kid and as an adult, and it's the same Big Jesus.
Yeah, the same Big Jesus.
Yeah, moving and healing and showing up in people's lives. And
Yes.
I thank you for your perspective there at the end too. Of we don't know why some
We
people
don't know
are
why.
healed or some people are, and prayers are answered, but
Yeah.
God is faithful.
Yeah.
And there's something about understanding that, like we're coming to an understanding of like God is faithful.
He is faithful.
Regardless of what we receive, here.
Yeah,
So,
and as I said, we didn't come from a church-going family. But so why he called on Big Jesus, or that Big Jesus rescued him, is like pretty.
That was really cool.
Pretty amazing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Thank you
again.
All right.
And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Beyond Sunday. Bless you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.